Alright, let's speed through this. What is Ranma 1/2? Ranma 1/2 is created by this lady here, who initially wrote mostly for girls, but she wanted to make a series that's a rom-com that she gets to kind of write in and out of for a guy. Ranma 1/2 was that experiment. It did very well. Why? Backdrop of the story. Ranma is engaged to Akane because their fathers kind of made a promise to do so. Lore within that story is there is a place in China known as Yusenkyo with a legendary training spring section. Different springs have different drowned effects. If you fall into said spring, you take the form of the drowned item, person, entity, whatever. Girl, dog, cat, pig, duck, panda, monster, oh, McDonald had a farm, I fucking know. Whatever spring you fell into, you took that form when splashed with cold water. If you splash with warm water, you revert to normal. You get what I'm getting at? I know there's jokes about shrinkage because the main character goes from a boy to a girl when splashed with cold water. Shrinkage. He loses about a foot of height. And a foot outward. But no, 6 inches this way or that way. It doesn't really matter. Let's just not focus on that right now. Let's stay on point.
Couldn't you at least tell her about the shrinkage factor?
No, I'm not going to tell her about your shrinkage. Besides, I think women know about shrinkage.
How do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
Oh. Elaine! Do women know about shrinkage?
What do you mean, like laundry?
No.
Like when a man goes swimming afterwards?
It shrinks?
Like a frightened turtle.
Why does it shrink?
It just does.
I don't know how you guys walk around with those things.
With the controversies at hand. To get to the controversies at hand, you gotta understand how the old school anime works. How do old school anime work? Well, old school anime works simply as such. When manga comes out and it's popular, they try to make it into an anime. The anime does so well until the source material runs out. When the source material runs out, that's when fillers appear. You've seen this a lot with One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, Ranma 1/2. In the case of Dragon Ball Z, it became a joke. How many sands does it take to change a light bulb? 1. But it takes the 5 fucking episodes. Ow! Point is, that's kind of how anime works. They push to the manga end, then they rebound to a filler episode or 2 or 3 or 4 until more data comes out, and then they push forward. In our example of The Light, the manga got to episode 1 and 2. 3 and 4 were filler episodes because the next episode finally came out in the manga, so the anime was able to push, which was episode 5 for them. You got it? Great. Think of Game of Thrones if you're really having a problem. The book series didn't come to an end. They decided the show series ran all the way up to season 7. There was no ending. The director, writer, whatever, they had shit to do. Fuck it, we'll write our own. And we saw how well that worked. Now, the two controversies that happened with Ranma 1/2 the reboot, Ranma 1/2 the reboot, happens to be, 1, character assassination of mild degree. So they didn't exactly get character assassinated, they were more like kneecapped. Tanya Harding came by and said, let me explain what I mean by this real quick, fast, and in a hurry. Akane Tendo, she hates boys. Boys are immature, you get the idea. The reason why most girls used to hate most boys back in the day was the immaturity, yada yada, blah blah blah, you get the idea. I emphasize this because it was stressed in the original anime. In the reboot, she says she hates men, which causes a problem because the reason why she has long hair was to look more like her sister, because her oldest sister, Kasumi, was the most feminine sister because she has long hair. And the reason why she wanted to look more like her oldest sister Kasumi with the long hair was because long hair was seen as feminine, and she knows this because Dr. Tofu was enamored with Kasumi. Thusly, to get the attention of her crush, which happened to be Dr. Tofu at that time, Akane decided to grow her hair out to appear more feminine, like her older sister. That's why her hair is so long. That's why she even wrote wore the fucking bow in it. So if she hates men, why is her hair long? Now, that causes a problem for her character overall, but most folks just go, that's a mistranslation, bad localizers, bad. The Ranma issue is, in my view, a little bit worse. Now, in the case of Ranma, the first reaction was not of manga. The second reaction was closer to the manga. I'm stating this because, as I stated at the beginning, this artist here was not used to write for guys. So, of course, it's going to be the second way. So let's go over the intro. Tendo hugs Ranma. We're going to start there. Tendo hugs Ranma. In the original, he does this motion, meaning I'm hugging a girl. He understands he's hugging a girl. He's got 3 daughters. In the new version, he doesn't do that motion. He just kind of,
ちょっとこれがお父さんのお友達不自然じゃない
君
マです。
おおそうか君がこうやって会える日をとっても待つ時はね
やめてください。
So there's one issue right there. Then when Ranma introduces himself, there's 2 ways he introduces. The original version of Ranma pretty much goes, yeah, I'm Ranma Satome. Sorry about all this. Lacking eye contact. Why? This is a guy in his cursed form realizing he's fucked. So he's given up. He's already done this shit. He's given up. He knows it's just going to get worse from here. He's already embarrassed. He's ashamed that he's being introduced in this state, not his natural state. The one that's closer to the manga is, yes, I'm Ranma Satome. Where's the fucking uwu? You might as well just say uwu and get it over with. But again, that's taken into account. This person here, because I'm very bad with names, I'm going to say it wrong no matter what. So, this person here, she wrote mostly for girls when she initially made the series. Keep that in mind. This is why Ranma acts uwu-esque as opposed to a deflated warrior. Not defeated, deflated. Now, that's one of the controversies. The second controversy, of course, is girl-type Ranma, Ronko, the nipples. This causes 2 sides. You got your satanic panic.
Well, we think it's pretty fun. A lot of people just like it because it's fun, it's wacko, it's not real, and so it's just the type of thing that people like to watch.
When it comes to gore or splatter or any other particular genres, the justification lies in our Constitution. I don't feel anybody has the right to tell me what I can or cannot watch.
I think we all know who's to blame here.
Most of these films receive R ratings, which mean that children under 17 cannot view the film or rent the video without the accompaniment of an adult. Yet this precaution is seldom enforced.
And because they're not enforced, that is somehow the movie and rating system's fault.
Many of the scenarios from the horror films are duplicated in copycat crimes, which make for sensational headlines.
Okay, that's an extreme situation brought on by an extremely psychopathic individual. But if you really want to go down that road, I've got a few coughs ready. I know, extreme too, right?
You got your satanic panic side. Hello. Yeah? No, it's the satanic panic side. No, the left have no problem with nudity. They cheer sex workers and OnlyFans girls. They have no problem with it. Why would they have a problem with animated tits and video game tits? Why would they have a problem with that if they have no problem with real tits? Okay, good to know. technical thing I forgot. Satanic Panic side is the same side as the left's heavy censorship side. Same side. Yes, the far right and the far left. Woo! Same circle. Because they are pushing the same thing. If you want to see a 16-year-old girl's animated nipples, then you should be, I don't know, watching porn. Go watch your porn then, you gooner. You fucking pervert. Looking for nipple tips on a goddamn animated girl. What's wrong with you? Versus the other side. We don't like censorship. What the fuck are you talking about? Hell, even the original series of Ranma points out,
By the way, I noticed that you took a pretty good look at me, too. Besides, it's no big deal for me to see a naked girl. I mean, I've seen myself plenty of times, right? And I'm better built to boot.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this.
Now that he had coming.
the point being, don't believe I have to explain this shit again. One side is against censorship. The other side is pro-censorship. And they're going through with the basic tactic of shaming and yada yada and blah blah blah. Because of course they would. Just like Satanic Panic, just like some other folks. Whatever. The point remains, at the end of the day, no censorship versus censoring. Now, I'm of course no censorship side. I don't like censorship of any type. I don't like the fact that the character premises have been damaged considerably. And the only way this can be fixed is if you have no memory of this happening. That also said, I will give the reboot some credit. I'm going to try to put the videos up here so you can see what I mean, but let's just cover it real quick. The reboot showed, with a Nintendo for the audience, the difference between girl-type Ranma, aka Ranko, and Ranma's fighting style. In both cases, they dodge a lot. They're heavily evasive. They try to study their opponent. They're heavily evasive. But girl-type is so much faster than boy-type. And I'm going to put these up here so you can see what I'm talking about. If they're not up here, you can probably find them on YouTube. You can probably find them all over Twitter. But if you can't find them on this video, it's because YouTube told me no. Alright? So that said, I'm Double R. I'm out. Later. Don't believe I explained this shit, but here we are, because somehow that became a controversy. Censorship's a controversy. Who knew?
I've been working on a theory that all of Wes Anderson's movies are actually written by that melancholy little girl in Moonrise Kingdom.